Hi YouTube, welcome to another video. This one is called How the Police Think David Did It, and we're also going to be watching my critical video called New Information on David is Disgusting. Okay, I don't really know much about the David situation going on right now, so this is like a good way to like inform myself as well, since I've been seeing other VTubers reacting to these videos. So yeah, as always, if you guys are enjoying my reactions, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and check out my other videos as well. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. And let me know in the comment section if there's like any more information that you guys know.
So singer David has just been arrested for allegedly Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and he is
okay, we're not starting good here.
Going to trial. But what you gotta understand is this trial ain't gonna be simple. It's gonna be a dogfight. Now, to understand why I said it, you gotta understand what the police believe happened. Now, they charged David with 3 things, and these 3 charges are gonna tell us the story of what police believe happened. I need you to just wait and listen closely. Okay, look, first they charged David with Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
Okay.
Then they charged him with seeing Celeste Rivas Hernandez while she was at an age that he should not have been seeing her at.
Wait, does anyone know how old David is? Is he older than me? What the hell? Oh my god, so she was like a minor? Holy sh**.
If you don't know how old she was, look in the comments. Then they charged him with interfering with an investigation. Now, again, these 3 things tell us what police believe happened. Okay, what they say again? They said they believe that David Celeste, right?
Yeah.
But something I forgot to tell you is they said under special circumstances, including lying in wait, that means kind of like ambushing, and somebody for financial gain. So
financial gain? Isn't he like a super popular musician that makes a lot of money? What financial gain could he get from the girl? I thought the girl was like a random normal girl.
What you can kind of guess from this is they're saying that David must have lured her to the crib, basically saying, look, come through to the crib, like I need to talk to you real quick. And then her for financial gain. They said David also her for financial gain. What that mean? Well, that means that David must have been doing this to preserve his career. Okay, you'll understand what—
Oh, so he was like paying her money so she wouldn't like expose him. Oh my god. Because you guys just posted in the comments 2014. Dude.
what that means when we go to that next charge. Again, remember, they said David was seeing Celeste at an age that he should not have been seeing her. So what you can kind of guess is Celeste must have told David, look, you finna be exposed. You're seeing me at an age that you should not be seeing me. Maybe we having an argument or something, and I'm finna expose you right now. David said, oh, come through to the crib real quick. I need to talk to you, lying in wait. And then her for financial gain, because if he doesn't, she's about to expose.
Oh my god, this guy's about to make me have a freaking dick. Now I'm going to be doing like, what the fuck? Oh my god, stop.
His career is going to be ruined. Does that make sense? Okay, let's go to that third charge that we were talking about. David interfering with an investigation. What that means? So that investigation could be Celeste reporting him, saying, look, David's seeing me at an age he should not be seeing me. And him and Celeste, that interferes with an investigation. Maybe Celeste's parents went to the police. The police were investigating David, Celeste. That includes messing with an investigation. So basically what you can kind of infer is Celeste was probably going to expose David, and David, her.
I don't know why. Why do famous people, every single time they get like to a certain point of fame, and then they just like f it up by messing with a minor? I don't understand. Like, it's such a thing that happens every single time. I don't know why they're so popular. Like, what the hell? Just because? Yeah, but like, are they not thinking? They have money. Yeah, they can date anyone they want above the legal age. But they always try to go lower.
For it. But here's where things start to get wicked. Like I said earlier, This trial is gonna be a dogfight. And how you know it's gonna be a fight is because of the fact that police took so long to arrest David. That tells you two things. One, the police evidence is not 100%. It's gonna be circumstantial. And two, they wanted to make sure that that evidence they got can't be countered by David's lawyer so easily. What does that mean? Well, the district attorney basically said it himself. He said, look, we don't have David doing this right in front of a camera. We had to be in the mud with it. Like, we had to figure out all of the evidence possible. We also got to make sure all of the rumors and the false evidence gets disproven too, because David's lawyer's finna use that against us as well.
Oh my God, yeah. Like when this story came out, this was like all over TikTok, all over Twitter, everywhere. Everyone was like talking about it. I had to like mute the whole David thing because I was getting I was getting tired of it. Like, what the hell? Because like when I saw the news, it was while he was in a concert. Yeah, so the guy was just living his life normal, and then they like found her body in a car, and people were like assuming, oh, this probably doesn't have anything to do with David. Like they were defending him. They were definitely defending the guy, but now I don't think anyone would defend him. Because now they do have proof that like he's involved.
The police chief slides in. He gets kind of defensive. He said, look, all y'all saying we was taking too long, this and that. Like we was in the weeds. Like we was in the mud doing this. Like we was working hard. Like he wasn't getting that passionate, but like he was pretty passionate. He like, look, dude, like we took long because like we had to make sure all of our ducks were in a row. If 12 can't convince 12, then we lose. See, what a lot of people don't remember is, yeah, police are gonna have their case. No matter how clear that it may seem, David's gonna have a lawyer on the other side and say, well, maybe that's not as clear as we think it is, huh? For example, let's say the trial happens. The prosecutor said, look, David texted her right here saying, pull up April 21st. David's lawyer finna be like, how you know she actually pulled up?
I mean, he's a famous guy though. He probably has like cameras in his house. Isn't it like a popular thing to do as well in America? Like I'm always seeing like freaking cameras in almost every single American house.
Okay, shoot. Do we got her on camera pulling up on April 21st? See, that's the evidence that they gotta search for. They said, look, we got her on camera pulling up in the area. David's lawyer finna be like, oh no, David never saw her that night though. Maybe she got lost. Maybe she just went back home. How you know she was actually there? Oh no, we got evidence that she was there from forensics and all that.
Oh, they found her DNA. GG.
Okay. What if they just had a simple conversation though and she left and then something happened to her outside? How y'all know David did it for real? Well, we believe David did it for all of these other little reasons. You see, that's what I mean by a fight. They have to have the utmost proof, because sometimes people be sitting there on a jury. It takes that one juror to be like, well, David's lawyer finna jump on people's doubts. He's gonna say, are y'all 100% beyond a reasonable doubt positive that David did it with all that? Remember, like I said earlier, she could have just left the crib. David didn't see her. Somebody else might have did it. And then the jurors start questioning themselves. And then all of a sudden you lose a trial. Again, police said, not this time. We're going to have a counter for their counters and a counter for their counters. So we'll see how good of a job police and the investigators did come trial. Now, something else you got to note is the little things that go on behind the trial so you can get the edge. This is what I mean. So this is actual police going into David's house. There's like 20 police officers that stormed in. This is basically police saying, see, David's pretty dangerous. Like, we really had to pull up in force. It's what police do to already try to shape the minds of people before a trial. An example of this being the perp walk. It shows police efficiency. It shows, look at this guy. He don't look.
Infinity is right. For it to be beyond a reasonable doubt, they have to prove beyond circumstantial evidence that he actually did the specific crime. Though it has shortcomings, it's purposely hard to convict. So yeah, it makes sense they need a watertight case. Damn. I didn't know like the whole criminal thing, it would be like so difficult to deal with though. I didn't know it's that hard to like convict someone.
Look like he an innocent guy. Like, look how many officers, look at the stuff we have with us. You really believe he's innocent? Fine, but it's in the fact that they also said David might be getting the penalty. This can
I mean, come on, yeah. Like, what the hell? What the hell is he doing messing with a minor, though?
also be used as leverage in a sort of sense between the prosecutors and David's lawyers. They can say, look, dude, we can give him the penalty. What if we just remove the penalty, give him life in prison, and y'all just say David did it? This can go 50-50. Are you really gonna bet?
I don't know. Can't we just ask sometimes I genuinely do feel like when a jury is about to like take a decision, they should usually ask the family of the victim what do they want. Do they do that? Because like sometimes giving a criminal life in prison is definitely what I wouldn't want. You know, is definitely what I wouldn't want at all. Yeah, because I would rather they get, you know,
your client's life on that. David's lawyer is probably gonna be like, hell no, let's go to 9 yards, let's go.
Because like, aren't they using taxpayers' money to feed them, to like keep them alive though?
But it's just another strategy that police have in their back pocket. It's the fact that they charged him with these 3 things. They said, look, just in case we can't prove that David Celeste, the fact that he was seeing her, okay, that's probably gonna go through, and he can get a lot of years for that. So no matter what, they gave him 3 charges that might carry some large max sentences. So they're saying, look, he might.
It's always funny to me every single time I see like a verdict, when like the judge is like giving the whole life parole, they'll be like, oh, you get 25, and then another 25, and then another 25, and then another 25. Like, is the guy supposed to like reincarnate and come and do the next ones, the remaining years? That's actually so dumb to me though. Like every single time they give like someone like say like 100 years in prison, and the guy is maybe like in his 30s, what the hell is he going to do? Like tell God when he goes to hell, hey wait, let me know you go to hell yet, okay? I need to like go back up, I need to go back to earth, finish my time, and then come back. It's because he can be released early. Oh, what? So it's not really life then? You can get released? It's more of to avoid them getting out on parole on bail. What the hell? I thought that, like, life was life. Reduce sentence for good what good behavior? Life sentence is life. If it's years, then they can reduce it. No, in most cases, you can get released earlier. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Say you're sentenced to 25 years. If you behave good in prison, you can be let out on parole after, say, 4 to 6? Wait, that's such a dumb rule, though. So that means I can be a criminal, do something really, really badly, then go to jail, act like a good girl, and then be released in 4 years. I don't know if like you guys have seen how dumb that is. That's definitely so freaking dumb.
I get the max sentence for the fact that he was seeing Celeste at of a certain age. And if he gets the max sentence for that, that is a lengthy sentence on its own. Disrupting an investigation. If he gets a max sentence, that might be a length. Just in case they have their contingency. They want to make sure that he gets some years regardless. But of course, they're going to go for the big one her.
Neela doesn't believe in rehabilitation. I mean, I do, but it depends on the crime. I'm sorry, but like, I do, but it depends on the crime, you know? There are some crimes that I think, no.
It's kind of like Diddy's trial. Diddy basically had one charge that didn't carry a lot of years, a middle charge that carried a good amount of years, and a final charge that carried life in prison. Diddy got found not guilty on the 2 bigger charges. He only got found guilty on the one that carried a little bit of years. But where it gets a tiny bit deeper is these charges that may be easy to prove that may not carry a lot of years can really range depending on the circumstances. In Diddy's case, he already served a prior sentence. Like he was sitting there in jail waiting for trial. So Diddy's lawyer may come out and say, look, he was already sitting there for like a year or 2. Like the charge that he got only carries like a year. Come on, y'all gotta just let him go. In David's case, since the circumstances are absolutely atrocious, the judge in David's case might just be like, max sentence. I don't care. You could say what you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, basically, David better get not guilty on all his charges, or a judge is probably going to look at him and say, because of these insane...
Throw the key. Literally throw the key away.
Wild circumstances? Boy, you finna sit in prison for a good while. David's lawyer might open his mouth and say, but judge gonna say, shut up, he going to jail. But again, this can go a million different ways. We're just gonna have to wait and see what the prosecutors have. We're gonna have to wait and see what David's lawyers come up with to counter what those prosecutors have as well.
This is not looking good for him at all. This is definitely not looking good for him at all. They said they have 4 terabytes of evidence against him. 4 terabytes?
Just wanted to share the latest in the David murder case. This has been something I've been actively following. I know I've already made 2 videos about the case since his arrest, and, well, time to make it a trilogy because I think it's important to cover this. There were a lot of people, and still, even in the face of everything I'm about to tell you that was brought up today from the prosecution, there are still a lot of people that are fighting tooth and nail, raising their shield to defend David, still believing with their whole heart and 2 neurons that he was framed and is actually a victim in all of this as well, because
how can he be a victim? Are we? Oh my god, there's always going to be some dumb people like this though. So oh my god, sometimes I just genuinely think, why are we living in a society? Like, oh, I really just want to like go inside a bunker, lock myself in there and call it a day. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
he had nothing to do with the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a child whom David was dating, by the way. And the Dummies for David movement always likes to, you know, bury that one as quickly as possible. He's homeschooled, so he didn't know.
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? So being homeschooled just gives you permission to go, what?
He's just a little zany. He's a little quirky. I had no idea. That's bad. It's lunacy to be acting like he's some blameless angel in all of this, in spite of all of the evidence that the public has access to. If you bother to do any amount of research on this case with just the information that is readily available to you right at your fingertips right now.
I didn't. That's why I'm watching you, Charlie.
All of it points to only one person who is most likely responsible for her murder, and that person is David. And now, as of today, we're getting even more new information, and it is disgusting. They already mentioned a couple days ago that the prosecution has 40 terabytes here in this case against David. 40 terabytes is an unfathomable amount of anything.
Dude, my PC doesn't even, like, I haven't even used up 1 terabyte yet. And I have, like, so many videos, pictures. I have so many on my PC and I haven't even gotten to, like, 1 terabyte. And this guy has like 40 terabytes?
And just a moment ago, they dropped like their first teaser as to what some of this new information looks like. The prosecution alleges that they found...
Of what? Cactus polygon. Yeah, without saying it, cactus polygon.
Found a significant amount of child on David's...
Charlie, what did I just censor it for?
David's phone.
Story number 2. A hearing just wrapped up for singer David in his first-degree murder case.
The prosecution revealed details about disturbing digital evidence. Let's get to CBS LA's Rick Montanez with what we learned in court today. Rick, what are you hearing?
Amy, Chris, the hearing just wrapped up within the half hour here, and cameras were not allowed in court, but I can tell you that the defendant, David Burke, was in court today in shackles and wearing that orange jumpsuit. The biggest new piece of evidence revealed, prosecutors say a significant amount of child found on Burke's cell phone.
Now, I imagine that isn't just some baseless claim from the prosecution. They probably have all of that evidence as part of their 40 terabytes here that they will be providing to the court. They're still...
Oh my god. That is... Oh my god, that is disgusting. That is so disgusting. Holy... No. No, why are we even holding a trial? It's done. It's done. Just call it a day. They literally just wasted money here. It's done. He's guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Like, what the hell?
Still a lot of processing that they are going through right now because there is so much that they have gathered in this case over the last 7 months. But now they are stating they have evidence that there was a significant amount of child on David's device.
We also want to point out that this all happens one day after the medical examiner's report became public. That is the report on the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The report says, or I should say the family of Rivas Hernandez is absolutely devastated to learn the gruesome details contained in that write-up. That's according to a family statement. So this report says the 14-year-old girl died of sharp force trauma, but the autopsy...
I do have a question, though. What if a family member were to do street justice? Would they be convicted and sent to jail? Because, like, if you think about it, oh, really? Oh, my Lord. I know, that's so unfair. Mother is mother? Well, I guess. I mean, but come on. We have to, like, think about the situation, though. It's a slippery slope. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, do I sound mean? Do I actually sound mean? I genuinely think some crimes, because, like, if something like this were to happen to, like, any of my future kids, I'm sorry, I'm going to jail. I cannot. Like, I would rather go to jail. I would actually rather go to jail.
Was difficult because of the severe decomposition of her dismembered body when it was found in the singer's abandoned Tesla last September.
The autopsy revealed the grisly nature of her killing. It being sharp objects, and then it was mentioned why it was so difficult for them.
Time worth pain? Like, come on, I'm think about it though. This is like your kid you raised for like 14, 15 years and some useless waste of oxygen just deletes them. Just like that. Just like that. Come on. That is how normal people think, but still, yeah, I know it's illegal. Oh my God, this is going on YouTube. Let me not say what's on my mind. Let me not say what's on my mind, to be honest.
Them to figure out what actually killed her. It's because her body was chopped up and decomposing in the trunk of this monster's car. So it made it difficult for the autopsy to definitively say what the cause of death was. And since the autopsy brought this information to light, people have been going through David's music and music videos and noticing some really haunting in there. Most notably with the anime video he made for his song Rehab, where there is a character in there that bears a lot of similarity to Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
Oh, he made a song about her? How did we? So that means people definitely knew they were dating, though. They knew this guy was messing with a minor. No, actually, they need to, like, arrest all the friend group. Except if maybe she lied or he lied to them, because what the hell is going on?
Now, the music video came out in 2023, but David met Celeste as early as 2022. And in this music video, David cuts off that character's arm and then
Wait, what do you guys call it in English? Premeditated. It's premeditated then. It's premeditated.
throws a sword which stabs her in the stomach, killing her. In real life, Celeste had her body chopped into pieces and stuffed into bags, thrown in a trunk, and the autopsy revealed that her cause of death was sharp objects through the torso, notably her upper abdomen and hitting her liver. Now, of course, I have no doubt that none of that is going to be used in court in any way, shape, or form by the prosecution. I imagine they have far more solid evidence to be bringing to court in that 40 terabytes. I don't think they'll be using, like, similarities from the music video versus what actually happened, or...
Yeah, but like the fact he was already thinking about it and he made like a whole song about it, and then it happening is, come on. This is literally premeditated. I mean, I understand, you know, some artists, they put in these songs, you know, stuff that don't really happen. So maybe they could argue that in courts, but it did happen. Okay, it did happen. There's no way they can just ignore it.
You know, video clips that exist where he's saying some crazy... I imagine they're going to be going for, like, completely irrefutable things that you can't just write off as a coinky-dink or something like that. But I wanted to mention it because it really does feel like David was just leaving breadcrumbs in his music to the sick and twisted person that he is.
Jeez.
And that he had this, like, murderous intent. It's sickening stuff.
On Monday, he pled not guilty to the capital murder charges. We spoke with a former federal prosecutor just a short time ago here on CBS LA Mornings about this new evidence revealed in today's hearing and the fact that David's phone, according to prosecutors, contains child.
And obviously, we don't know if it's Celeste Rivas's images and videos or something else, but that is a significant offense. Obviously, it helps prosecutors prove the crimes, the lewd and lascivious, Penal Code Section 288, but it's also a separate crime in and of itself. And it's certainly the possibility that the feds even step into this case because they typically will prosecute these types of child cases.
It is extremely serious, and this is new information that's been brought forth from the prosecution here. And the fact that they are bringing this as evidence in this case must mean that they have irrefutable proof that on David's device, he had that material. I have no idea how the David defenders will even begin to wrestle with that in mental...
How do David defenders even exist in the first place? How? Oh my God. How? Why? Why do they even exist in the first place? What the hell am I hearing?
Gymnastics, some kind of excuse there, like, he was just holding it for somebody else. He's been...
yeah, he was just holding 40 terabytes, you know, just like safekeeping it. What the? Oh my God.
framed again. They put it there. They framed him for the murder, now they're framing him with child... I have no idea how they could even begin to tackle that one. Because even though it hasn't been proven yet, the fact that the prosecution is even putting this forward means they must be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that, yeah, his phone had child on it. So that's the newest piece of information that's been brought up. Now, as mentioned, they are still going through a lot of processing for a lot of digital evidence that they have compiled. So in a week, I believe about a week, it's going to go back with both sides, and they're going to discuss if they need even more time about, you know, going to a capital murder trial. So as of right now, we don't have everything being brought forth yet, but
Oof. Once I'm done with this video, I don't want to like hear anything about the David thing. Like, don't even type in the comments, I don't care anymore. I just want that guy gone. Like, this is such a weird freaking case. It's actually weird as hell.
But it is beginning and it's moving fast. The process is underway and it is moving very quickly. So I guess we'll know more in a week, but I just wanted to give you this update here because that new allegation coming to light here is once again another disgusting development here in the David case. Anyway, praying for justice for Celeste here. I truly don't see a world where David is innocent at all.
Yeah, me too. I really, really hope he gets like the worst treatment or the worst verdicts or whatever, because this is so up. But yeah.